Welcome to Marketing and Mindset for Wellness Coaches, the podcast for health coaches and wellness entrepreneurs just like you who are building a business, making the world a healthier place, and designing a first-class life. I'm your host, Kim Foster, MD and certified business coach, and I'm on a mission to help you up-level your strategy and raise your mindset so you can truly thrive and grow your business. Let's get started. Well, hello and welcome to this episode where we are going to be talking all about Pinterest strategies for health and wellness coaches. Now, I hope you're having a great day. We're kind of in the depths of winter at the moment, although I have to say that even though it's January, as you may know, I live on the West Coast, and here spring starts early, much earlier than I experienced as a kid when I was growing up near Toronto. Spring would start happening, well after Easter usually, which to be honest, I really hated that long end stretch of winter. But here on the coast in British Columbia, we start getting spring super early. In fact, when I was out on my run today, I saw the very first snowdrops starting to come up, which is amazing. Never in my wildest dreams as a kid did I expect to be living in a place where the flowers started to come up in January. So I love that. Anyway, let's dive into today's topic, which is, as I mentioned, all about Pinterest. Now, I see this question all the time. Can Pinterest really help you get more clients as a health or wellness coach? And my answer to this is yes, it definitely can. And today I'm going to explain why, show you just how this works, and then also give you a breakdown of how you can use this powerful platform as a secret weapon in your business. If you watched my masterclass on growing your email list, you've heard me talk about how instrumental Pinterest has been for me in terms of growing my list and generating traffic to my website. And I happen to believe that Pinterest is one of the most underrated yet effective marketing platforms available right now. And not nearly enough wellness coaches are using it to grow their businesses. If you want to grow your traffic and audience on automatic, Pinterest can help you do exactly that. When I started using Pinterest strategically, I was able to see a huge spike in my website traffic, and my email list really began to grow exponentially. And this new surge in traffic and email subscribers also definitely grew my business. It wasn't just like a vanity metrics thing, like just a number of followers, like a lot of social media is, let's be honest. So I want to help you make Pinterest your secret weapon, just like it is for me. So today in the podcast, I'm going to share 3 crucial Pinterest strategies that will help you grow your business. So if you're ready to get started, let's dive in. Strategy number 1 is to create a profile that attracts your ideal client. Now, you've probably been thinking of Pinterest up to now as a place where you can save things that are of interest to you. And this is a common mistake, so you're not alone if this has been your approach. But when you begin using Pinterest strategically inside your business as a marketing platform, you really need to tailor your profile and your content to your target audience. Now, of course, this means you need to know who your target audience or your ideal client avatar actually is. And if you don't have a really clear grasp on that, then you've got some work to do first. So for some help in choosing your niche, which is a part of knowing who your ideal client is, which is basically the people who you help and what you help them with, go back and listen to episode number 4 of this podcast, where I give you a whole step-by-step process for choosing the right niche for your business. So once you know exactly who your ideal client is and what she likes and what she's struggling with and what she wants help with, then you start curating your Pinterest account with this ideal client in mind. You really need to create an account that is specifically designed to attract the right people. Now, here's how to do that. First of all, take a look at your bio on Pinterest. You'll want to set up 4 things here. 1 is a very brief bio statement that describes in plain language who you help and how you help them. 2 is having keywords in your profile name. 3 is an opportunity for people to opt in. And 4 is a good photo of you. So let's take a closer look at each of these pieces. So first, your bio statement. So the most important thing about your bio is not to make it all about you. In fact, it should mostly be about how you can help other people, specifically your ideal client. So an easy formula is I help X to achieve Y. For example, I help moms get in shape with easy yoga routines. Or I help corporate women with meal planning so they can eat healthy every day with ease. Things like that. Really nice and simple, but very plain language, very simple and easy to understand right away. Okay, so that's number 1, your bio statement. Number 2 is keywords in your profile name. Now, when you add keywords into your profile name, your profile has a higher likelihood of coming up when somebody searches for one of those keywords on Pinterest or even Google for that matter. And we're going to talk about why Pinterest is so powerful as a search engine in just a minute. But for now, it's just enough to understand that you really do need to have some of those keywords in your profile name. Number 3 is a call to action to opt in. Now, this is back to your bio statement, which describes to your profile visitors what you do. You also want to give them an opportunity to opt in with a really good call to action. Now, ideally, this is directing them to some kind of freebie like a PDF download or some kind of free training. And then finally, profile photo. I always recommend professional photos whenever possible. You're definitely going to need them for your website anyway, and it's a really important part of your branding. But if you don't have professional portraits just yet, you still want a really good quality photo for your Pinterest profile. So get out in some natural light and have someone take a really friendly, smiling photo of you. So those are all my key points for strategy number 1, which is create a profile that attracts your ideal client. Now, strategy number 2 for Pinterest is to curate keyword-rich boards for your ideal client. Now, this is where I'm going to talk about the fact that Pinterest is a search engine. So this is a really critical thing to create these keyword-rich boards. Not only is Pinterest a search engine, but it's also a research tool. Even if your people aren't really ready to buy, your ideal clients come to Pinterest looking for useful pins that they can save for when they're ready. So you need to plan for quality rather than quantity. You're adding to Pinterest's own value, and that's a proven way to boost Pinterest growth. Pinterest users are not only shoppers and people who browse for fun, but they are also coming looking for, inspiration and solution to their problems. They're looking for DIY shortcuts and tips. So if that's your primary goal, is to get traffic referral from Pinterest, relevant inspiration and information like DIY information are definitely areas that you need to include in your boards. So when you're creating keyword-rich boards, your focus should be on providing all the resources that people need, not just your pins, but also other people's pins or pins that contain links to products or people that they may need or resources that they might need. So think about your niche and your ideal client. What kinds of things is she looking for? Let's say she's a mom looking for healthy ways to feed her family and stay fit. So you could create a board for healthy family recipes, and then another board that you call easy workouts for busy moms. And then maybe you could even break that down into, that recipes one into healthy breakfast recipes and easy healthy on-the-go lunch ideas, or even healthy school lunches. So you see what I'm saying? You want to create a collection of boards that are targeted to your ideal client. So when she lands on your profile or on one of your boards, she'll see a rich resource of content and valuable pins that really look like they were designed just for her. And that's because they were. So I want you to brainstorm brand relevant and Pinterest relevant topics and then create a collection of boards that represents all the key aspects of your brand and your core topics. Overall, I recommend having at least 20 on-brand boards on your profile. Now, if you currently have off-brand boards on your profile, you might want to consider either getting rid of those boards altogether or just making them private if they're just for your own personal use. What you don't want to do is create confusion for a Pinterest user who lands on your profile because she was searching for healthy recipes, and then she finds a bunch of unrelated boards that have to do with lawn maintenance and travel tips for backpacking through Asia. You know what I mean, right? Okay, so moving on to strategy number 3, which is to implement Pinterest SEO. So once you have created a great on-brand profile in Pinterest and you've curated your board collection, it's time to take a deeper dive into SEO. Now, I know the term SEO can be intimidating and kind of confusing for many people, and maybe it is for you, but just stay with me here. What you need to know is that a common mistake people make is to lump Pinterest in with other social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. But the truth is, Pinterest is not a social media platform. What it is a search engine, much like Google or YouTube for that matter. So because Pinterest is a search engine, it's important to implement search engine optimization, or SEO. And I don't want you to get freaked out by that. All that SEO means is that you're optimizing your content so it shows up as one of the first results when somebody searches for something in particular. Pinterest, just like Google, uses an algorithm to rank its pins in an order that they think will be most useful to their users. And it's in Pinterest's best interest to use an algorithm that shows people content that they'll love and find relevant. So what this means for you as a Pinterest marketer is that you need to do what you can to get Pinterest to rank your content in their feed and as close to the top as possible. So how do you go about doing this? Well, the first step is one I've already touched on, which is to create boards your ideal client wants to follow. Again, remove any boards that are irrelevant to your ideal audience and add new boards that your ideal client would be searching for. Next, add keyword-rich descriptions to your boards. The board description is a valuable spot to add keywords that your ideal client would be searching for on Pinterest. And here is the reason you might want to do that. Your boards themselves can rank on Google. Meaning, if somebody types a phrase into Google, your actual Pinterest board could appear as a top search result, which is an amazing thing. That's the kind of thing that could lead to a whole lot of new website visitors and subscribers and followers. Also, on Pinterest itself, Pinterest users can sort their search results specifically for boards. By having a keyword-rich board description, you're making it much more likely that your board will actually rank in those results. The next thing to do to improve your SEO is to create great descriptions for your pins, the ones that are coming directly from your website. Now, this may be the most important step. Your pins are the central piece to your Pinterest strategy, so they really deserve the most effort. On every pin you share from your website, write a keyword-rich description. The best keywords are what's known as long tail keywords. That's a keyword that's at least 2 to 3 words long, or sometimes longer. And that phrase or long tail keyword should be something that people will search for. For example, a very general vague keyword is vegan. A much better keyword would be how to become vegan, or simple vegan breakfast recipes, or something along those lines. But just using the term vegan, you're competing against millions of other people and pins that have that term vegan. So choosing strategic long tail keywords and then incorporating them into the description of your pin in a conversational way, that's what you want to do. And when I say conversational, obviously that means how people would actually talk. Use the types of phrases that your audience is searching for. People won't really type into Pinterest's search bar the word vegan. They would be much more likely to write how to go vegan or how to start becoming vegan or something along those lines. And the best way to figure out what people are searching for is to head over to Pinterest itself and then type in your general word like yoga, and then Pinterest will suggest a bunch of additional phrases and words that go with that word. Now, what about hashtags? Hashtags are actually a good idea on Pinterest. So at the end of your keyword-rich description for your pin, I want you to include 4 or 5 hashtags. The way that the algorithm works currently is that hashtags will give your pin a boost in the first day or so, but then the effect quickly wears off. After that, it's all about SEO and keywords that will give your pins that longevity. And the longevity is one of the best things about Pinterest. Pins can have a super long half-life on Pinterest, unlike most other social media platforms where posts basically disappear from people's feeds after a very short time. It's completely the opposite in Pinterest. In fact, one of my most popular pins is from over 2 years ago, and it still drives traffic to my site and to my email list every day. It's completely incredible. Okay, so there you have it, my 3 tips for getting started with a really strategic approach to using Pinterest for your wellness business. Of course, there's a lot more to Pinterest than just these 3 tips, but if you implement these, they will give you a really good start. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I really hope that you're starting to see Pinterest in a whole new way. Like I say, I really consider Pinterest to be a secret weapon for entrepreneurs, especially for health and wellness coaches. So I would love to see you get out there and start using this platform to help you grow your traffic and build your email list and ultimately get you more paying clients. Now, if you know somebody who would enjoy this podcast and who would benefit from it, I would be so thankful if you would share this episode with them. As you know, it's my mission to help more health and wellness coaches succeed, and you will definitely be helping on that mission if you share this episode with somebody who could benefit. Okay, that's all for today. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode and you're keen to keep building your wellness coaching business, let's start by getting you some more clients. You can download my free guide called 3 Ways to Win New Clients This Week. In this 11-page workbook, I walk you through the simple steps to get you new coaching clients. Just 3 easy things that you can do right away. Visit drkimfoster.com/get new clients to download that workbook for free. That's all for today. I will talk to you in the next episode.